Good day to you, cookies. Happy April 1st, April Fool's Day. The joke's on me. I thought I was going to have a video that was going to be approved today that I could release, but the brand is still reviewing, and here we are. And I hate to not have a video in place for days like this. Wait, where's my little... Oh, there it goes. So I figured let's do a little matcha and chat so we can just talk about some things that have been coming up a lot in questions just in the comments, overall conversations, even within my one-on-ones with my clients. These things have come up. So I figured let's talk a little bit. So I'm not going to make my matcha the ceremonial traditional way. I know how to do it, but I'm just going to do the quick one. I use the jade leaf matcha, the organic Japanese matcha culinary grade, and I found another milk, non-dairy milk that I like. I've been drinking Chobani, and there's a lot of stuff in it that's not good for you apparently. So I've been trying different things. Milk, the coconut milk has no gums, no dairies, no fillers, no binders, no gluten, no carrageenan. And yeah, I like the taste of it. It tastes like coconut milk. I see some of the coconut bits in there. The texture doesn't gross me out. I have my matcha in there at the bottom, and I like to mix it first just with a little bit, and I put a little bit of like vanilla flavor and coconut flavor. I like to mix those up, but and I just do the things, make sure that it's mixed thoroughly. Then I'll throw some ice in there. We're just doing the quick route today with a little frother, okay? Some people might hate the fact that I do it this way. It's quick and easy for video sake also, and it gets me going. It gets me going. The other thing that I do usually with my matcha these days, hold on, let me just, is I also take one of these little bites by Fiome. It's a fiber ball with banana, cinnamon, I think sunflower seeds, chia seeds, dates, sunflower seed, butter, pumpkin seeds, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and Himalayan sea salt. I eat it with my matcha. Get some ice in there. Usually the first liquid I have is water, and then I'll do one of those ginger shots, turmeric shots, or just immunity boosting shots. And then we just add the rest of the milks in there, okay? And then I need to get the bigger version of this. I liked it so much. I was like, okay, I'm glad. I think this is their smaller. I hope this is their smaller version. They better have a bigger one than that. Food overall, especially like organic, healthy food, it's expensive, you know, which is so crazy to me. It's crazy to me that we have to pay for water, let alone like clean spring water. Yes. And then here's the Fiome ball. I don't know if I showed you guys this before, but here it goes. It's just a little, to me, it's like a little date ball. Now, let's go into the bedroom and talk. No? Come on. What's up, cookies? Welcome back, by the way. If you're new here, hello, my name is Carolyn Gray. Welcome to my channel. I talk about all things in and around fashion. We like a good old kiki and giggle because in this life, we need laughter because it's healing for the spirit. Amen. And I do weekly vlogs. I take y'all with me running around the city and doing the things that I do as an unleashed adult. I do what I can, okay? Now, today, like I said, I want to talk about some things that have come up in conversation and basically just like talk about we're officially in spring. And personally, and I know for a lot of people, that is their new year. This is our new year. And it feels like the perfect time to just reset, reflect, be real about what's working and what's not. Because honestly, keeping it all together, it's an illusion. But I want to manage it in a way that it doesn't break me. because I've experienced a lot. So managing it all as best as I can, that's what I'm focused on. I am the CEO of my life. You are the CEO of your life. And between my career, my businesses, my health, my relationships, and none of them are all in that order. That's not the order of how I prioritize them, but that is what exists for me. It all runs through me. I am the person that is overseeing every single detail, and I make all of the decisions that reflect on all those departments. So today I want to break down how I actually been doing it and how I kind of want to move forward as well. Here are the departments. Let's be real. I'm a daughter of 2 living parents, and I am very lucky for that. They're doing very well on their own. They are my best friends. And sometimes it even feels like they are my children now, which is fine. And I appreciate every single moment that I have with them. But the reality is I am a daughter to 2 parents. And I'm the only child between them that will look forward to being able to offer them care and to help them live out their life in the way that they want. And that's a lot of pressure, and I'm super terrified. And seeing what Carlos has been through with his own mother, it has kind of prepared me for those conversations and to take certain actions with them right now where we have the moment together, right? I am a living girlfriend, okay? This year has been a journey. I've been with Carlos for 7 years, going on 8. And we went through something that really tested us last year. And even like a little bit of the year before. His mom had a health crisis. She was supposed to have a routine surgery, but it turned into something very traumatic. She almost didn't make it. For those of you that are new here, his mother almost didn't make it. And for months, we were in full-time caretaker mode before that. And now she's in assisted living, healthy, doing much better. Thank God. Thank God for your prayers as well. And we're basically resetting after that experience. And while Carlos carried a lot as a leader of his family because he is the eldest son, the only son, and he has a younger sister, but she has her own family to manage and handle. And Carlos took a lot of the brunt work of this endeavor. And I was in this space too. And it completely took me out of bounds as well. And I know that it did for him. I'm a business owner. I have multiple businesses. Noir Bud, which is my first brand baby. It's a CBD brand. And right now it is dormant for a little while because content creation has taken up full amount of space. Gray Layers is my online boutique. And I do exclusive drops with quality wardrobe pieces that I think are super staple to everyone. The only issue that comes along with that, I am not the designer. I am not the manufacturer. Therefore, I buy from vendors. And these particular vendors that have really good quality, that I think have really good quality and that really reflect what I think should be in a wardrobe, they do not have full size ranges. They do not cater to plus size. And that is an issue for me and my community and my audience. However, I need to get Gray Layers to a level where I am able to design and reproduce quality wardrobe pieces that include a full size range. I'm not there yet. That's why I don't have those sizes as of right now. And I think a lot of people do ask me for them and think that I'm ignoring it. It's not that. I do not have full control over that at this time as I'm building to the point where I can. And then I also have my consulting business where I help individuals and brands with image revamps, content strategy, styling, directing their content, and just overall storytelling. But this is something I only do up until August because after August, my content creation, branding for myself, it kind of takes over, and I do not want to overcommit and underdeliver to those people after that point. But yes, I reopened those consulting abilities, and it will end in August. And at that point, I will know that my clients that I'm taking on, that I have, will be well on their way to implement the things that they learn and will be growing at that point. So how I manage my time, because a lot of people ask me that, especially in my consulting space. A lot of people, we have this time together, we're working on their strategies. And I'm like, do you have any other questions? They're like, how do you do all of this? Like, when do you have time? I make time. And every month has a different theme, especially when it comes to content creation, right? March was about clearing space and resetting and collaboration. And you see that reflecting in my content. I plan that in advance. I plan that a couple months in advance. Like, I'll take 3 months, a quarter, and I'll be like, okay, this month I'm doing this. In April, I'm doing that. In May, I'm doing this. And these are the types of content pieces and styles that I will connect all that to. I plan each week down to the hour and the minute. Sunday is my planning day. I even schedule open time for different opportunities that might offer me a way to film in real time, like events, or just even going to a coffee shop, or allowing myself to just be in the city and people watch. I allow that time as well into my schedule, but it's scheduled. Like, there's a certain amount of time that I will give myself to sit somewhere and take in a certain amount of energy, or to observe different things for inspiration or for work. And it's scheduled. It is intentional. And while not everything goes as planned, and I've allowed things to kind of throw me off course, like something like that did happen. I'll get to that last month, but it's all intentional, and it's all towards a certain goal. And certain days are for content. Certain days are for editing. Certain days are for writing my Substack now. Certain days are specifically for my clients, like Fridays are for my clients. Fridays are for my individual clients and for my branded clients. And some days are just for me, specifically Mondays. I do not take meetings on Mondays. I do not like seeing other people besides Carlos and like my parents on FaceTime on Mondays. I do not people on Mondays. I stay away from it. If anything, a doctor's appointment, maybe, but I try not to allow too much energy flows to happen. And that's one of the privileges that I have as being someone that is, I work for myself. I have the privilege to allow Monday to be my get away from me day. Let me do my own thing. I'm on my own time. I'm on my own beat, and I don't want to answer to anyone. See you on Tuesday and Wednesday. You know what I mean? But that is very intentional. That is, for me, one of the slower days of the week where everyone's at work in the city and I can just enjoy a certain amount of space to myself, or stay at home and just like lay low and organize myself. That is a non-negotiable. And when I've allowed things to get on my Monday schedule, that's when I have an attitude problem. Because I'm just like, see, this is why I didn't want you in my Monday, because you coming over here with bad news and bad energy, and you frustrated with your own Monday. Now you mixing the mine. It's always a mess. I try my best to just have a day in a week that just makes sense for me to flow a certain way. And I have hard boundaries set on that. If I were a mother, I don't know how that would look. I would definitely have to pull into community, family, the father, and at some point the child would understand too, like, this is the boundary. But I'm not a mother. I don't know how that would work as of yet. That's how I would kind of envision it and hope it would flow. But I hope if my fate brings me to motherhood, that I am able to maintain some type of exclusivity to that, because that is where my sanity kind of like thrives. Social media challenges that did not work. And I will share this, I planned, last month was really important for me to start posting on short form platforms like Instagram and TikTok. I have been so disconnected from it in the last couple of months, even really a year, because of what was going on a personal level, that I don't feel as consistent on those platforms as I do on YouTube, right? So I said to myself, I'm going to do a styling challenge every day, and it's going to be like a get ready with me. It'll be different types of get ready with me's. It could just be a picture. It could be me talking through it. It could be me sharing an experience of something, or a closet chronicle video. It could be so many different formats, but I need to do this every day. And, we don't plan for things to derail us, but they happen. I got derailed with that challenge because, one, I kind of felt like my get ready with me videos, like, I didn't know how to make it stand out. I felt like it was very ordinary. You know, we see Get Ready With Me's every day and people ask for them. People love the style inspo, but I felt like it was lacking depth. And then I have an OG Cookie who was taking the videos, the outfit I was doing and redoing it the next day or day of. And that kind of derailed me too in a way because it added a different level of pressure that I was not expecting. You know, having the pressure to post for someone to get their inspo for, and to also feel like, oh no, like some of my outfits are a little bit too out there, or some of my pieces are a little too out there, too luxury, too expensive for people to just be able to pull from their wardrobe. Like not everyone's gonna have my wardrobe. So then I started to focus on, you know, easier pieces to wear instead of exhausting the items that I had invested in and wanted to intentionally wear for the winter season. I steered away from the focus. So, you know, that type of thing, I kind of beat myself up on because I allowed myself to derail and not post consistently with that format that I had planned. And all these other factors came into play. Love the fact that she was so inspired to do it, but it did hinder my intention. It did hinder my focus. And I can't let that happen again. And I think what would have worked better if I were to plan every single outfit according to the weather and X, Y, and Z. In the first 2 weeks I was doing that, but I didn't continue it for the full month. And again, that's why detailing, planning is so important, because when things go off course because of other people's schedules, other people's thought processes, or other people's decisions, you know, like last year, I had to deal with a decision for a family that I'm not married into, to bring in their mother into our communal space, into our living space, and to just handle it as I went. I didn't keep forth a focus on details pertaining to me that would make me feel grounded and centered to me. I allowed myself to get derailed. And this was another example that I reminded myself, like, see, I need to stay focused. I have to write it all down. I have to plan for myself, because things will come into play that might blurry the focus. But as long as I have that map, that braille, I need to feel it out. I need to continue forward. And it taught me another confirmation of, like, you have to plan the things. I am under an agency as a content creator. I've been under an agency since June of last year. And what I'll say is I learned a lot under this agency. I did think that it was premature in my career as a content creator because I didn't have 100,000 followers. And I thought I had to have a lot of followers to be considered to even have a conversation with an agent or an agency management company. What are the pros? I'll say they handle the contracts, they handle the money, they handle the hard conversations that as a creative person I hate having. I don't like talking about contracts, exclusivity, and all these things, but now I know more about it. I also don't like asking for people for my money when they late on it either. That gets uncomfortable. It gets very pimpish. You know what I'm saying? I don't like having that conversation. And how I get about my money, how anybody gets about their money, I don't want to ruin a relationship. You get what I'm saying? So it's better for someone else to handle. The cons, I realize not everyone is on the same wavelength as me. Not everyone is as detailed as me. Not everyone cares about reputation and face value as much as I care about. And ensuring that relationships are continuously growing instead of just having the one experience with a campaign and then that's it. No, I want to have long-lasting relationships. I want to have people to circle the block for me continuously and trust me with their vision, with their marketing. My time with them ends this summer, and I'm so ready to take what I've learned from this experience to move forward on my own terms. And listen, I can manage myself. I've learned that I can 1000% manage myself. I think it's nice to have someone that can manage the hard conversations though. And I think that's the direction I will continue to go in. Like, I would like to have an agent, but under a full agency, I don't think it's for me going forward. I will have a Substack. On the paid side of the Substack, you have to pay for this actual access, where I will discuss things that I learned or things that I would look out for if I was starting over as a content creator. If you're interested, I'll leave the link below. it's on the paid subscription side of the Substack. What I would like to work on going forward, though, to kind of enhance all of my intentions of keeping it together and actually keeping it together, because child, I got to drink my waters. I got to keep my relationships. I got to manage my money better. I got to do this. I got to do that, and keep my clear skin and fight through all the bullshit all at the same time and be a whole girlfriend and like cook stuff. Like, it's girl, and get my cat waxed. Like, it's just so many things. I would like to become excuse me, a part of the 5 a.m. club again. I used to be a 5 a.m.er. Now it's very difficult. I've always been a night owl, but I want to reverse that. I think that level of discipline is the highest level of respect that I would have for myself. Because time is not promised, and I want to use every hour wisely. So I want to become a part of the 5 a.m. club again. I want to start using my new light alarm clock to help with that initiative. I want to wake up more naturally. Carlos likes to have the whole room blacked out. It really irks me because I realize that I rise with the sun, especially when it's like summer months like this, spring, summer months. I just rise with the sun. It just helps me. But I need to have something to help me wake up more naturally every morning at 5 a.m. So we're going to try that. I am prioritizing my fitness more. I want to install meditation into my practices. I need to start having monthly spa visits for massage and recovery. I am working on my skin journey, which I am very happy about, working with Sean Garrett. He has really helped turn around my skin, continuing that. And yeah, I need better moments that are locked in every month for body and mind reset. And when it comes to the fitness, like, I'm not talking about doing the same thing every day. Like, Mondays, yoga day, because that's my slow down day. Tuesdays, no body work day, and that's okay with me. Wednesdays, intensity, I'm lifting weights. Thursdays, doing another high intensity class. Fridays, cycling. Saturdays, bring it all back together and doing an active recovery format type of class. Oh no, what is going on? The ghetto. What is going on? Not me hitting my forehead on the window and making a mark. Y'all, it's ghetto outside. I also just rebuilding and healing my space. Carlos and I are working on making the apartment feel like ours again. After experiencing what we did in this space, the energy is knocked, okay? And we need to rebuild that here. I think both of us are going through a space individually where we're like refocusing on our career and reconnecting it after spending time away from it, to make sure that his mother was on better terms and settled and taken care of. And I'm also taking a step away from, not away from his family, but like giving them space as a family, because like I said, I'm not married to them. And they have to develop an understanding and a format and a process that makes their family unit strong, and that they ensure that they're all taken care of and that they're on the same page. And I had to do that for my own family. Once this man and I level our commitment higher in marriage or a certain contracted like I feel like I can be married. Like I see myself being married, but I also can see myself in a relationship where we have a very clear understanding of what the terms of our relationship is and what we share, how we manage it, and also run it as a business. I see marriage as a business, and I also see that a higher leveled commitment is also a form of a business, and I can go either way, and so can he, and we understand this. And every relationship is unique to its own. We do not go on the flow of everyone else's traditional standards or societal standards. Having children is also a question for us. I can, but I can also be without because of the world that we live in. And that's a lot to take in. And there might be parts of me that I also feel could be a bit selfish. And I don't know if I could be a good mother. I feel that I could be a good mother, but I don't know if I want to bring a child into this shit and also have to like manage myself. It's a lot of questions and I want to get through that. And I also feel like having a home and a space to figure that out in is very important to have and to build out. Please don't judge me for what I've just said. This is my life. Everyone has their own flow of things. I want to spend a lot more time with true friends, my day ones. I feel like a lot of us have been getting married and having children and buying homes and expanding and just, I haven't spent a lot of time with my day ones, people that I've known for over 20 years since I was a kid, you know, and I want to reconnect in real time with them. And I have been. I just need more of that because I don't have a lot of family here in New York. This is my chosen family that I need to spend a lot more time with. And this is the year that I am focusing on that because it will fill my cup energetically wise. And they're the ones that could call out different things from the outside. Like, you know, we peeped this. So like, just be careful of that person or be careful of this experience. Like, we got you no matter what, even if you change your mind. Like, you know, like I need my chosen family around me a lot more and I need to be around them a lot more. I need to pour into them too. Because I'm over the short-lived surface level relationships. And that can happen a lot within this content space, this industry. It flocks into this, you know? So I just want to make sure that the relationships that I have, new or old, are not surface level. And they're more than just, hey, where are you going to this thing? Okay, see you there. Like, I just know, like, what else is going on? And also, can I trust you? Can I trust y'all with more information on my personal life that I don't show? Because as much as I am an open book, there's a lot of things that I'm private about and that people have no idea about until I'm ready to share if I want to share. And I want to let go of expectations. If I'm not invited to something, that just means that my light wasn't needed. My light wasn't going to be appreciated there. And I don't need to take it personal. Point blank, period. This season is about moving with intention. It's not about visually having it all together. It's about intentionally managing and being fulfilled. And I'm focused on what matters and letting go of what doesn't. If you're on the same vibe and type of time that I'm on, drop a comment below. Let me know how you're managing it all. And let's share. You know, let's share. Now, I'm not talking about trauma sharing here. I'm talking about sharing your intents or how you manage your intents. And I think that is where a flow of positivity will be. And I think a lot of people can tap into that and get something out of it, especially if they're feeling super lost in this moment or not knowing exactly what direction to go into, or just realizing all you need to do is start. You have an intention, you have a goal, you have a dream, you have these reservations about things. Follow that, like lean into it, figure it out, but you have to start. And it starts with intention and it also starts with action. So yes, like I said, I do have my Substack. I'm sharing things that I'm expanding on from a visual aspect from my YouTube videos. I'm sharing it there in written form. I'm also sharing some behind the scene insider insights about being a content creator, being a business owner. And I will leave the link below for you guys to follow along on that journey as well. But also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because there's going to be content that I'm sharing on those platforms that are not matched over here. I have a whole new series on Instagram and TikTok called The Buy List, where I'm talking about what needs to happen better in retail spaces, new vendors or brands to be aware of, to buy into, curated shopping list that would enhance life overall, and just a conversation of how to not let these people get the best of us as consumers, basically. And I'm not doing that on this platform. I'm doing it over there. So if you want to tag along, Make sure you're over there on those platforms. Same name on every platform. It's Carolyn Gray. Holla at me. I hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for vibing with me up until this moment. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, cookies.